Hey guys, here's my review of the new Burning Liger. As you can see here, we're just going to look at the Liger itself in this video. You might already know this, but you can either buy this one as a complete set with the Gatling gun or get the two separately, and I ended up with the two separate boxes for reasons I won't bore you with, so I decided to also make two separate videos. I'll have the video for the Gatling gun up tomorrow, but for now, let's just check out this kitty right here.
Robo Shop.
Alright, so first things first, I'm very surprised by how small this box is. You can see just looking at it from the top here that this is not exactly a big box. And also, here's how thin it is. I'm really curious to see what's in here because the model from what I've seen doesn't seem to be that small. Box art, as you can see, is really cool. They've got it standing in this sort of hanger type structure here, which I kind of wish they would release as a kit, but that's probably not going to happen. The Burning Liger certainly looks its absolute best on the front here, but there's a lot of like small detail, like these round things here and these grills that I'm guessing that's painted. So are these grills, and of course there's a lot of panel lining done on it as well. On the back we have yet another pretty standard Zoids Wild design. It shows here that it walks, apparently the tail moves, it has an opening and closing cockpit, and here's a picture of the Gatling gun that we're going to look at in the next video. Also shown are the Zero Phantos, the new Gill Raptor, and the Zero Grises here. And on the sides, I can't really show this properly, so I'm going to open the box real quick. But there doesn't really seem to be much of anything on the sides here. This flap just has basically a portrait, and it says Burning Liger here. The other side has the same thing. And here you can see this, right? It's the same photo, just cropped a little differently. So let's just get this open, man. I want to see what's in here. Okay, nothing else in the box. Yeah, this is what I expected. Instructions, parts backs. Doesn't seem like a lot of stuff, but it no longer has this big digital camo brown insert that the other Zoids Wild models had, which actually, looking at this now, saves quite a bit of space, and that's part of the reason why the box is so small, because this gearbox, as you can see here, is the same standard gearbox that we've seen in all the Liger models. Let's take a quick look at the instructions. They also don't look like anything out of the ordinary. Same size as always as well. It's this? Just a leaflet here letting us know that we need to buy the Gatling gun. Zero Phantos Gill Raptor Laser Custom, I think the LC stands for. Grises, and this is the Xenorex or Xenorex that's coming out soon. Bunch of lore stuff on the back here. This is for the Takara Tomy YouTube channel, the mad scientist guy that always shows all the Zoids Wild models, and more advertising here. The instructions, slightly different design, and it says confidential here. We have some info about the Burning Liger. We have the parts lists, which looks to be different parts. We have how to put in the battery, and then of course the building instructions. It also shows how to attach the Gatling gun, so I'm guessing the Gatling box doesn't have instructions in it. And the box art is on the back here, and you can see here they made this design like it's attached to the instruction booklet with a paper clip, so that this looks like a confidential document. Yeah, so let's take a look at the parts. The parts bags are made of a much thicker plastic. They've got the same print on them as all the other Zoids Wild models, but it's definitely different plastic. We have the torso halves. It's a very nice sort of dark crimson red color, I have to say. A lot of detail. Like I expected, the grills are of course molded in red. Here's the tail, also super detailed and mechanical looking. This is one of those clamp pieces that holds everything together. The lower jaw, the lower jaw piece here. Wait, where's the other? Where's the other half? Here it is. Tube, ribs, teeth, a ventilation fan. This is a mechanical piece that'll probably move the head. This goes on the front, and this is what the head attaches to, if I saw that correctly. Another small mechanical piece here. This is the other one of these two. Now here, of course, we have something that's new. There is a bag with the letter C on it. Did not used to have that before. I mean, this could have just been A2, obviously, but it's not. It's a much brighter red here. I don't know, this looks like it might be the cockpit hatch. This is one of the legs, or the outer part of one of the legs. It looks like there's an internal silver structure that goes inside of this. Still no jointed legs though. This looks very detailed and mechanical, of course. Pistons and all sorts of stuff everywhere. Here are the other two legs. No need to look at those. This is the head armor. Also super detailed. This is part of the main. This is another main piece. More main. It's kind of a unusual shape for these types of things. I mean, this looks kind of like what you'd expect, but the other one's kind of unusual. We have whatever this is. And this is the other part of the head. And finally, the B bag contains, first of all, oh, there would have to be another one of these. Okay. This is the internal structure of the head and has the eye painted on it, as you can see here. I'm going to leave these in the bag as per usual. Then we have a bunch of silver parts making up essentially the bone structure, although it doesn't really look like this has a bone mode. This is the silver stuff that goes on the leg, which means we do have some nice collar separation after all. This is the one for the other side. Kind of nice how it has this stylized fur here on the back. This is one of the feet. Pretty standard looking stuff, but nice and detailed. The other feet, number 4. This is also more sort of internal detail for the legs. And we have these, I don't know if these are teeth or rib parts, and more leg mechanics. The S bag, as you can see here, has the usual mechanical stuff. It has a motorcycle type pilot figure, and the cap's also not different from anything we've seen before, although the warm gray is kind of an unusual color. Plus some uninteresting mechanical stuff in here. Yeah, I just checked the instructions and there actually aren't any stickers in this. That's unusual. Okay, well, that's everything that's in the box. You know what happens next. I'm going to put this guy together and then we're going to check him out in action. And here's what that looks like. Nothing terribly fancy, but it works. As you can see, the entire top half of the head moves to open and close the mouth, which I always prefer to just the lower jaw moving up and down. Unfortunately, though, I was wrong about the tail. That picture just shows that it's posable, which, big whoop. So it really just walks, and honestly, the main attraction as far as movement goes is the Gatling gun, but it's fine. Next, here's a quick comparison to the Beast Liger. I mostly took these pictures so that you can see the size, but as you can see here, the visual style is also just totally different. They're really going balls out with the cluttered mechanical look now. Here they are from the top. I don't know what it is about the Burning Liger, but it feels smaller, and then you compare it to the Beast Liger, and they're really not much different in size. Here's a close-up of the head. Turns out all those silver details are actually real collar separation with the internal structure poking through the various holes in the armor. Ditto on the legs. Like I said in the unboxing, you get the outer armor and these internal silver pieces that add a ton of collar separation. This also means that the legs actually look detailed from the inside as opposed to the hollow chunks you often end up getting. I guess they took a cue from how Bandai does collar separation on their Master Grade kits here, and I gotta say it really works. And finally, because I know this is a big deal to a lot of you, here's the cockpit. Yes, the Burning Liger has a fully enclosed cockpit, although there's really no interesting detail here, and it's still the same fugly kind of pilot figure as on all the previous Zoids Wild models. So, in conclusion, this thing is awesome. I mean, you guys all know by now how I feel about Ligers, but as an old school Zoids fan, I really can't overstate how thrilled I am about the way Takara Tomy has gone back to the super cluttered and mechanical look here, and the silver and red collar separation frankly just looks fantastic. At the same time, it's an incredibly simple and straightforward build despite how detailed it looks and how well it works. You should also know that the red plastic looks a lot less garish than it appears in pictures. I really tried to adjust the collars here so that it's as close to its real appearance as possible, and it kinda worked, but it's really a little hard to capture, and I guess you'll just have to take my word for it. It looks good. I really don't have any serious complaints here. I guess I still wish they'd give these things more complex leg movement, but I also kind of appreciate the simplicity because the best Zoids were always the relatively simple ones. So yeah, if this is the way of the future, and based on the preview pictures of the Xenorex it certainly looks that way, then I'm more than a little optimistic about the future of Zoids Wild. And that does it for this one, folks. Like I said, I'll have my review of the Gatling gun up tomorrow, but I can already tell you I love the Gatling even more than I love the Burning Liger. If you want to be 100% sure you don't miss that one, and also all my future Zoids Wild reviews, now's as good a time as any to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like while you're poking around down there. If you want to support me, I have PayPal and Patreon links in the description below, but just liking the video already really helps me a ton. So I'll see you guys tomorrow with the review of the Impact Gatling, and thanks for watching everyone.